All right, before Mike goes into another tryptophan coma, let's get into this because I see he's on the plate in front of him. Time for our picks. Last week, a couple of guys went 3-1, and Mike went 2-2 last week. Mike, your thoughts?
U.S. Armed Forces let me down. I put my trust in the Navy a few weeks ago and the Army last week. Did not work.
This didn't come through.
You were just anti Notre Dame. You don't give us the. You were for
No,
the
it's called freedom, Brad, and it's not free.
You're free to lose.
You are.
Exactly. Yes, I was
every week.
That's and right. It wasn't, and it was such horrible games too. I'm like, and there was no mystery. By like midway through the first quarter, I'd turn it off to something else.
And the bad thing is your Cowboys won, so we can't make fun of you with that.
And why would you win? Go for the best draft choice.
Yeah.
The Cowboys can't even lose properly.
No. At this point, you've made the money. The checks have cleared. So just, come on. Just have a good time. All right. So, all right, back to college. It is rivalry week, final week of the regular season with all the conference championships next week. We will start in Columbus on the banks of the Olentangy. Ohio State and Michigan. This game, I guess, still has some luster because there's some history there. But, man, this is really lopsided. Michigan playing for pride, but Ohio State playing for a lot more.
Yeah, the Wolverines clinched bowl eligibility.
Hey.
Those are things we didn't expect to hear after winning a national title. But
right.
No, they were dominant against Northwestern. Maybe they're starting to click, get a little better, but this is just a team that they need. Ohio State has to win this game, not just for the college football playoff, but just because they can't afford to lose this game. This is a game this is one of those must-win games because they're playing Michigan and they've lost to them. And so they have to find a way to show that they can beat Michigan and not beat Michigan's, I don't know. I'm not going to say the word, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Ryan Day, I'm not certain what happens, especially if they go down to 2 losses. The SEC with their 3 lost teams is looking for any targets that they can shoot at. And right now it's Indiana, but if Ohio State has a second loss, or if Penn State or Indiana somehow lose, which I think they would deserve to be out of the CFP if they did, but that SEC is trying anything and everything to convince us now that a 3-loss team is essential to the CFP.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm picking Ohio State. I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mike, you Ohio State?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, same here. Wouldn't it be just so Ryan Day to lose this game on the fourth quarter pick 6 or something?
Be hilarious.
But I got to go Ohio State.
Kind of would.
Yeah. See, who would have thunk this? Texas versus Texas A&M. The winner meets Georgia in the SEC championship game. This one played at College Station. Aggies have home field edge.
Yeah, a tough place to win. I'll be honest with you. I still don't know how good Texas is. I really don't. I question whether they're as good as they are. But this is their opportunity to prove it. They're on the road. Texas A&M, where they choked one away last week. There's no question about it. Or they'd be in a different position too. They'd be playing for a spot in the college football playoffs and the SEC title game. But I'm going to go with Texas to win this game on the road. But we'll find out. I think we're going to find out if Texas is legit or not.
Yeah, I think Texas is going to win this. I'm not certain if that means they're legit, but they're going to win this one. And if Ewers can't get it done, then we have Arch Manning come in, which would be a storyline that would be fabulous for the CFP as to who gets to start, et cetera. So I'm all in for Texas.
Yeah. Both of these teams looked, I thought, really lackluster last week. I thought Texas had a chance to really mop up a pretty mediocre Kentucky team, and they didn't do it. They chased the backup quarterback around, the true freshman kid, but couldn't catch him. They win the game, but to me, not very convincingly. And then A&M, again, same thing. But A&M's at home. I'm going for the upset in the Aggies in this one over Texas, and it's A&M versus Georgia in the SEC championship game. Look, 2024 is a year of chaos. Let's just go. I'm all in. I'm all in on the chaos. All right, Notre Dame and USC.
At USC team they've clinched bowl eligibility, but they're playing for some pride. This is an opportunity for Lincoln Riley to have his team to make a statement. I think that because he's in trouble right now at USC, he needs this win. But Notre Dame, I'm not a huge fan, and every time I pick against them, they tend to win. So I'm gonna pick them. I just think They're playing better now than they were early in the year, obviously, because they aren't losing to Northern Illinois anymore. But I think they have something to play for. They're in the playoff if they win this game. They're in the college football playoff if they win this game. They put themselves in a tough spot if they lose this game. I think it's gonna be hard. So this is a must-win game for them to get in the playoff, and I think they get it done.
I'm all in on Lincoln Riley for once. You got to do it for Trojan pride.
Wow. Okay. I got to go Irish. I agree with Brad on this. I think that Northern Illinois is not on the schedule anymore. They've played much better since then. Riley Leonard actually can throw for touchdowns, and which he wasn't doing it back in September. And I agree with you. It's one of these where, if they lose, they may not make it because the SEC machine is going to rail against anyone who is in the SEC. And this is their final chance. I'm going Notre Dame in this one. All right, we'll finish up with Illinois and Northwestern.
Yeah, I like the Illini here. I think the Illini are looking for that 9-win season. Northwestern can't even get to a bowl here. So they really are playing out the string. It's in Wrigley Field. I think Illinois comes out fired up, and I think they take care of business in this one.
Yeah, I think Northwestern, after last weekend, I think they're just ready to pack it in for the season. And I think Illinois has an opportunity to jump out early and really do the same thing that Michigan did.
Yeah, I got to go Illini. 9-3. What a season in year 4 for Brett Bielema, and a really young team too, with a lot of, and could get a 10-win season in a bowl game. Who knows? But Illinois has been, look, when your only 2 losses are on the road, as we've talked about, at Oregon and at Penn State, and then the third loss was to a decent Minnesota team that gave Penn State all they wanted last week. There's no shame in those 3 losses. Illinois goes the distance with this one and gets the win in the friendly confines. All right, we're out of time. As always, we appreciate all the guests who stopped by. Appreciate you listening as well. Enjoy your rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. Don't eat too much turkey, and wake up from that coma in time to hit the road wide awake and be safe on the roads as you're going home. All right, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the games. Till next time. We'll see you next time.